Invincible Season 1 highlights the strength of Omni Man, showcasing his indestructibility, but Invincible Season 2 introduces a way that Omni Man can be defeated. Let me know in the comment section how you think Omni Man can be defeated, and if it will ever happen. But before Squidward tries his best against Nolan and brings nothing but sarcasm to the table...
Had enough yet?
No!
I'm ready when you are. You're doing this for nothing. Being a part of the Empire will make Earth better than it ever was.
Thanks for the tip.
I can't wait for Wizard SpongeBob to avenge his friend. I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to Furthy's Feedback. So, Omni Man is from the planet Viltrum, which holds an imperialistic race of super beings known as Viltrumites. He worked with the Viltrumite military in their effort to conquer worlds, bringing them into their empire. In an effort to bring efficiency to their mission, the officers were spread out throughout the galaxy to weaken planets, making them easier to take over. Nolan was assigned Earth and adopted the name Omni Man, working as a superhero to gain the trust of the planet. However, once Omni Man begins taking over the planet, it seems that he cannot be defeated, as he is able to defeat the Guardians of the Globe, the Healed Immortal, a Kaiju, and Sinclair's Reanimen. His son Mark Grayson, who shares his Viltrumite, is even powerless to defeat him. However, the post-credit scene of Invincible Season 2 Episode 2 reveals a way to topple Omni Man, adding a new layer to the story. In the post-credit scene of Invincible Season 2 Episode 2, Mark is seen restrained in the GDA, who are working to gain information on how to defeat his kind. Angstrom Levy shows up to talk to Mark, offering his help in return for information. Mark then explains that the GDA ambushed Omni Man with experimental quantum bombs. According to him, these devastating bombs not only took out most of Europe, but were also able to defeat Omni Man. This revelation challenges the notion of Omni Man's so-called invincibility and shows that he can be stopped. With Mark restrained, the GDA is no doubt working on more ways to combat the threat of the Viltrumite Empire. The post-credit scene is a major development for the story, as this gives the characters a way to combat Omni Man. However, this detail about the quantum bombs was an invention of the show and not something that happened in the comics. That said, it does set up Angstrom Levy's character, who is from the comics. In the source material, Angstrom Levy wants to kill Invincible due to his interference when he was receiving memories from various versions of himself. Angstrom strikes deals with alternative versions of Invincible, offering them the opportunity to expand their empire if they destroy Mark's reality. This narrative unfolds into the Invincible War, where Angstrom orchestrates an army of alternate versions of Invincible to exact revenge on Mark and his dimension. While this specific event with the quantum bombs doesn't occur in the comics, Angstrom gathering knowledge from the alternative versions of Invincible about ways to take down Mark is in with the comics. This knowledge becomes a crucial asset in Angstrom's quest to overcome Omni Man. Similar to what the TV show has indicated with its take on Omni Man, the original version of the character wasn't unstoppable either. As a Viltrumite, the character possesses a diverse set of abilities that make him highly adaptive and powerful. However, Invincible's Omni Man and Viltrumites have weaknesses. One of them is tied to their power of flight, an ability they possess because of sensitivity in the inner ear. Certain sound frequencies inflict physical pain on them, as demonstrated in Invincible Season 2 Episode 2 when Mark battles the sea creature. The scream the creature produces causes Invincible immense pain. Cecil notices this fact and begins work to weaponize the sound against the Viltrumites. Another weakness is exposure to intense intense heat. Although Viltrumite skin is incredibly resilient due to the rapid healing, intense heat from the sun or boiling plasma can weaken and potentially kill them. It's plausible that the experiment quantum bomb that Mark mentions could generate sufficient heat to defeat Omni Man. Another weakness is the Scourge virus, created by the coalition of planets, which proved to be a formidable weapon. This airborne disease essentially shuts down the Viltrumite's powers and can lead to their death. In the case of Omni Man, a unique weakness is his attachment to his son. Despite the ability to kill members of the Guardians of the Globe, who were considered his friends, he cannot bring himself to kill his son, stopping himself before he beats him to death. This display of humanity weakens his inherent Viltrumite instincts, as he chooses to stand by his son instead of completing the mission of their race. These weaknesses collectively demonstrate that, despite the portrayal of Omni Man as an impenetrable force in the Invincible TV show so far, Omni Man can be killed.